Okay guys, quick update on the USS Constellation CV64. Haven't put a video out in about 7 months, so I really apologise for that, but I sort of had a lot of problems with the house, so we'll just leave it at that. Now the deck is painted and I've got some nice effects going on it, but I'm nowhere near finished with that. There's still a lot of stuff to be done on the deck with weathering and blotches, and I've got some weird pictures out there, and yeah, it's not all black, but anyway. And then there's the lighting. Now, just going to press pause and we're going to have a look in the dark. Okay, view from the inside. Now there's nothing inside, but that's the first door. Second door. And the rear door with the hatch going through to the other side. Now obviously this is red lights, so the next one is I'm going to show you how I did it and what I used, but we're going to do it with white light. Okay, let's take off the lid and let's see what's underneath. Okay, it's not pretty, but it works. Basically, I used the bottom box of the modelling box that came in to make the hanger bay out of, reinforced it with stir sticks, and basically used a 1 meter long, no, of course it's not going to work for me, stay there, stay there. Okay, now the lighting is done with a 3-volt 1 meter long very light strand, and basically is what I used in the middle for the red lights. There are 10 lights on each one, which is more than enough. And basically I'll just show you what I did and how I made it. Okay, so this is the part that sits in the middle of the ship. Okay, that's my hanger, and it literally just pops out and I can work on it. Now obviously, once I put the lid on, these things are going to be pretty useless, and I don't like wiring, so I've worked it out really easily. I will just, where are they? Cut these wires there, make a mark, extend the wires, run them along the inside of the frame here, drill a hole in here, and whoops, we'll go through the bottom of the ship. Now the ship itself, I'm not sure if I'm doing a diorama or whether I'm going to put her on a stand. I haven't made up my mind, but I've actually drilled the holes for the stand, and I will drill another hole for the wires to pass the wires so I can run the batteries and everything out the back. Okay, so let me get ready and I will get the equipment to put these lights in here. Okay, now nothing too fancy, just going to use some Tamiya masking tape to lock these in place, and just making sure that they're facing downwards. Put a bit of tape over. Alright. And it really helps if you try and get the LEDs facing down so it shines where it's supposed to. Alright, so now these are a little bit less apart, so yep. And I'll do that till we get the other end, and then I'll show you the next stage. Okay, all the lights are in place. Wasn't really all that hard. I used just tape to hold all the wires down into each hole like I'd shown the first two. Alright, let's turn her on and see. Alright. Okay, so the next step after this is the messy stuff. I like to put paper mache across all the lights to make sure nothing moves. So let's show that next step. Okay, next part. PVA glue, a shitty old paintbrush, and toilet paper, or anything really. I was just using toilet paper because like I have heaps of it. Alright, it's just a matter of applying the glue. Now I'm not worried about the holes. I'll show you what I'll do with that later. Alright, just cover it all up. Make sure it's got a nice cover. Am I getting that? Yep. Alright, and then it's just a matter of watering that. Nope. And then I just get this. And I just place it over the top. Now this is going to make sure that none of my wires or anything move afterwards. Yeah, I know it's going through the other side, and I'll fix that up when I'm finished doing all this part here. Gotta be gentle with tissue paper, it does want to fall apart. I like to double up a little bit extra on the lights, if you can see them. Okay, that's basically it for now. Let it dry, and then we'll have a look inside the ship. Okay, while we're waiting for the paint, the glue to dry, I did get a Part 3 railings and safety net as an update. I looked at all the other ones and I wasn't going to stuff around. I've had, like I said, so much going on lately that I've lost a lot of mojo. But I did really want to have the rails, these rails here that go along the deck. And also, where is it? I've got extra parts for the blast ramps, whatever they are. And then also I've got, where is it? I've got a whole lot of weird stuff. Basically, the front end of my ship, which was the latest, the last of it, actually had a whole lot of different things added to it. And does it show up there? No, here we go. Okay, yep. Now that's what I've got for the front end. Now I've done that already, filled up the holes. All right, I've got these little parts to put on. All right, and then also what comes with this is an upgrade kit for the ramps. Lots of weird stuff that I will have to go through and have a look. I got deck parts to put on, and I've got these flight boxes that fit underneath the flight deck at the rear. And like I said, there's a whole more modifications on the front of the ship with all these little things going everywhere. And I think with that, and I've got some extra ladders. So I think with that, I think that'll be sufficient with what the trumpeter has provided already. So with that, I will be happy. Planes, what I might actually do is actually set them up once everything's dried. They'll be like ghostly looking because they're not painted yet. I'm waiting until I've finished all of them. I'm having problems with one plane severely, and I can't even video because the parts are so small. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm openly admitting it that I'm getting my son to do it with his 25-year-old eyes, and yeah, and nerves. Anyway, like I said, we'll get back to the video as soon as the paint is dry. Okay, so the lights are on. I just thought I'd give you a quick update. Part of the tower's built. This is a plane that I have major problems with. Well, the top part, but the bottom part, it's just pain in the butt. But anyway, just going to do a quick Alright, I'm just going to turn off all the lights. Alright, let's have a bit of a flyby sideways, see how it turns out. Okay, and we'll try it in the red. And we'll have a look at it again with the red, with the planes. Okay guys, this is where I end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thought I'd put a couple of bottles of Tamiya paint on the deck. Put a couple of planes on there just to give you a size. I still have another 9 more planes to build. Pretty much that's the full accomplishment that came with the model. Some of these, like these ones here, all folded up, they're all going down the bottom. Some of these are going, well, these are going at the top. These are already, I should have done one of these with the wings folded, but I haven't, so I might actually chop the wings back and tuck them in as folded so I can put one underneath or sitting on the elevator. But anyway, that's my model so far, and yeah, have a good one. Thank you.